Every time I'm going out, the same things keep happening.
Hi guys, welcome back. Finally we made it to the Easter/spring cleaning and decorating. I originally planned to have this video up 2 weeks ago, but once I started filming I just felt like I could do better for you. So instead of just cleaning the small areas where I decorate, I wanted to help as many of you as possible by cleaning the whole house. So there is cleaning motivation for those who don't decorate for Easter, but there is inspiration for those who do. And although I am accentuating more that is on Easter decorating, I know many of you use bunnies to decorate for spring, so my decor ideas can be used as spring decorations as well. Now, if you popped in only for the decorating, you are more than welcome to skip ahead. There is a chapter named Easter/spring decorating, but if you have the time and fancy to stay for the cleaning part, there are some cleaning tips and hacks scattered in the video what may will make your cleaning life easier. But enough of me babbling, let's crack on cleaning because we will miss out on the first tip in a minute. I think I'm right when I say everyone loves fresh bedding, but let's be real, they only stay fresh until the first night you sleep in them. Well, you could just wash them next day, but honestly, who has the time and capacity for that? Because I don't for sure. So instead I like to take our bedding out in the fresh air. There is sunshine, there is a bit of fresh breeze, a perfect natural sanitizer and refresher combo. Take them out before cleaning, so while you clean they can get refreshed, and nothing feels better than bringing your crisp outdoor freshness scented bedding into that clean room. And by the way, I don't recommend doing it in white socks. I just had to fold the clothes but I took off a few minutes before. Then since I am not decorating in our room, the decors can go out in the living room just to free up a bit of floor space because it's easier to move around and to clean. Let's get out my new cleaning rugs. I just love how fun they look, so I cannot hold myself back to wait until spring cleaning. Now look at all those dust. I just dusted the nightstands and the dust is already back, what can be quite unmotivating. All it keeps me pushing hard is always the end result, the fresh, clean smell and look of our home. Sometimes little things like having a fun cleaning rug or a nicely scented cleaner are all you need to boost your motivation. I cannot blame anyone who doesn't feel motivated to clean when in a blink of an eye everything is back to square. But just keep focusing on the result, on that home that smells like a flower hill with the breeze in your hair and sunshine on your skin. This is my ultimate imaginary cleaning motivation, the freshness and freedom. And once you find yours, you are going to rock it.
New boy, same tricks. Coming close to me now.
Since there is a curtain, the windowsill here gets covered and neglected. This is our cat's territory. She loves sleeping here because nobody is bothering her in here, and also she can look out the window. But like with any pet territory, this needs or would need regular maintaining, otherwise things quickly get out of control, just like here.
Gonna be smooth, so here we go again. Here we go again. You're trying to buy me drinks and I don't like your cheap tricks. Take it somewhere else, would ya? Would ya? I don't know what you think, but I'm not one of those chicks. Take it somewhere else, would ya? Would ya?
You got nothing on me, on me. You got nothing on me, on me.
And clean so my orchids can go back. I have mentioned many times that I am searching for a plant pot big enough for all of them to simplify things, because having 5 or 6 pots makes the windowsill look busy, but unfortunately I haven't had any luck finding one which is long and narrow enough to fit the windowsill. I also have planned to create one myself using clay, what so far seems to be the more realistic option. The only thing is I never ever done clay dishes before, so I have to figure out how to create the shape, but first of all I have to clarify what I want. Then I also took care of my orchids. Having live plants with dry leaves or stems can impact the room as well. A neglected plant makes the room feel neglected as well. If we think about that, even if you just clean the room, but having many dry leaves scattered around suggests the illusion that you haven't cleaned in a while. So at least once a week when you water them, give them a bit of TLC, your plants will be happier and you will be happier seeing them thrive. Next, a quick tidy up for my daughter's bookshelf. In the last video I talked about the kids craft dilemma, to keep it or not to keep it, so this Mother's Day card will stay here for a while to show her that I do appreciate her love, but for transparency, after that it will be thrown away because on a long run I see them as clutter. None of us will have any benefit of keeping it, so instead we take a photo with the kids together and holding with a Mother's Day card, and this way there is a memory made along a fun little family tradition. Just because you won't keep paper cluttered, that doesn't mean that there aren't ways to save the memory for forever. This is why I like to at least once a week go through every room and clean them. With kids and pets, dirt can appear in a blink of an eye. I wish I would have time to do deeper cleans like this every day, but I physically have no time for it. Of course, if I see dirt like on the wardrobe, I will clean it as soon as I can, but that doesn't mean that I will notice it right after it happened and I will clean it. Especially if I am working on other areas or I have other work to do and I won't come in and actually check that quite hidden area, there is no way to clean it straight away. So this once a week deeper speed clean can be your best friend to stay on top of your cleaning. I usually have one on Friday, so all the neglected cleaning chores throughout the week will be fixed, and also the house will be ready for the weekend and I can spend more time with my family or just tackle the other chores on my to-do list.
You got nothing on me, on me.
And a little tip to reduce the number of cleaning clothes you need to wash: always fold your cleaning rug. Don't just use it bunched up in your hand. By folding it into quarters, you are using just one small square at a time. Once that section gets dirty or saturated with dust, you can just flip it to a fresh clean section. It's a total game changer for saving time on laundry, but also a more efficient and hygienic way to clean. Then a quick floor tidying, just to be able to vacuum the floor properly, getting rid of dust even in hidden areas. This bag with the utensil will stay for a few more days in the room, just until I find the time to sort them. My plan is to go through my kitchen cabinets, clean and organize them, or even declutter where needed. When you do this once in a week deeper speed clean, I recommend taking your time with the vacuuming. Instead of just rushing through the room, try to lift whatever you can, vacuum underneath and behind any easily movable furniture. Then if you have carpet or rug, go a bit slower so your vacuum has more time and chance to suck the dust up from even deeper levels. What I also like to do is to vacuum from different directions. By changing the angle, the carpet piles move around, letting go of much more dust than if you just run through the space in one direction. Before I mop the floor, I want to bring the bedding back in. That way, if any bits of lint or dust fall while I am making the bed, I can just mop it up. It's so frustrating when you just finish cleaning the floor and then you just see little lint bits and pieces on your floor. As I say, it's all about working smarter and not harder. Just a bit of bedsheet straightening for a good night's sleep. Well, we won't sleep in here, but most of you will sleep in her proper bed, so it's important to straighten it. And here comes that crisp bedding with its fresh outdoor scent. I know it's only morning, but I honestly cannot wait to snuggle into this fresh bedding. It's a great reward for all our hard work.
Trying to impress me, but I don't care about your Rolex or your credit card. Rolex or your credit card. Still you won't quit trying to be cool, so here we go again. Here we go again, again, again.
You got nothing on me, on me. You got nothing on me, on me. You got nothing on me, on me.
Looking like a movie star, try to pick me up in your new sports car. I think it's called a Jaguar. I don't give a damn, I got money on my mind.
Everything is back to its place, so all it left is the mopping. I don't mop every day in the room, so this is why I make sure to include it into my Friday reset routine. On the weekdays, I am more focusing on the living room and kitchen because those are the mainly used areas. So as for the bedrooms, I only do the basic cleaning, bed making, tidying up and vacuuming if needed. The kitchen and living room are the high traffic areas, so those get the priority for cleaning. This way I can stay on top of the cleaning and make sure that there isn't a disaster scene every day.
Can say you want me back, but your pretty moves kinda make me sad. Oh boy, you must be mad. You got nothing on me.
The next area to clean is my son's room. Since I decluttered the toys, this room stays so much tidier than it used to before. It really makes my life easier because I can quickly get it back in order, which saves me so much time for the messy areas of the house. It's the best motivation builder and reassurance that decluttering and organizing your home really pays off, and this truly makes your cleaning life easier. When I first brought his bedding back, it had enough time to get fresh, but I don't until I have to pick up my daughter. Everyone says, "Oh, how good is for you, now you have 3 whole hours to yourself," and I am like, "Oh yeah, good for me." Well, yes, I would have if I could teleport, but whatever I need to get done or I would love to get done, I constantly have to check the time and calculate it. Then before at least 20 minutes that I have to leave the house, I have a timer set so I have time to get myself ready to head out. Also, after drop off, by the time I get home, maybe eat some breakfast or do a quick stretching, and nearly a whole hour went by and I haven't really got done anything. So I am constantly compromising between my health and the household and the work, because you can't meditate and find your inner healing energy scrubbing your home, running errands and working to get paid in the same time. Hashtag stay at home mom life, because it's definitely not the same for everyone. I just folded his clean clothes, then I quickly tidied up his colors, but for some reason my phone stopped filming. Then I still have stuff here for my spring cleaning and I am so eager to start it, but before that, as I said, there are a couple of things what needs sorting, like the cabinets and closet cleaning, because some of them are total disaster. Now I need your help deciding, should I do a separate dedicated video just for decluttering and organizing the cabinets, or should I mix them into my spring deep cleaning videos? I am a little worried that a video only about the cabinets might be too intense or a bit dry on its own, so maybe if I would mix them in the deep cleaning, they would be more enjoyable to watch. Let me know in the comment section so I can make sure to meet your needs as well. I anyway will do them before my spring deep cleaning, but that doesn't mean that it's the most motivational for you guys to watch. Just as reversible the organized areas are, as visible the non-organized areas are. This side of the room haven't been organized. The kitchen toys really need some organizing system, so everything gets an easy to reach and most importantly clear system to everyone to know what and where it belongs. When the kids knows exactly where things go, it's so much easier for them to tidy up after themselves, and that means one less thing for me to take care. I can really see how well this organizing theory is working in the rest of the room, and it's definitely something to look out for in your own home. So many times our families aren't not helping because they don't care, they just genuinely don't know where things belong, or they find it too difficult to put them back. Yes, creating an organizing system is time consuming and can be a bit hard, but it's so much more rewarding in the long run. And honestly, you don't have to do it alone. You can totally involve your family. Ask them why they find it hard to put certain things away and solve the problem together. It makes such a difference when everyone is on the same page and know where things belong. There is less time when they come to you where they can find things or where they should go, easing on that mental load and everyone's frustration. Let's be real, even if they only put back 10% of what they pulled out, that is still 10% less for you to do. It's not about perfection, it's about progress. Even a small help is a weight off your shoulders. It truly didn't take a long time to get this room clean. Now all it left is the floor cleaning, so I will vacuum up, making sure to get a more proper vacuuming on the rug. Then to finish it all off, I will give the floor a final mop. We We still haven't got to do the makeover in his room, there is just so little time for everything. The most realistic option what I see to get it done is to tie a small portion of the makeover to the spring deep cleaning. So that way the room not just gets cleaner, but it will get a facelift as well.
Trying to buy me drinks and I don't like your cheap tricks. Take it somewhere else, would ya? Would ya?
I haven't mentioned it at the beginning, but the reason why I like to start with the bedrooms first is because once they are done, they won't get so quickly messy like the high traffic areas. Whereas the kitchen and living room is under constant use, so things do get left out or messed up quicker, and that's for me quite motivation destructive. If you clean the high traffic areas first, by the time you would finish with the whole house, you can start cleaning them again.
I don't know what you think, but I'm not one of those chicks. Take it somewhere else, would ya? Would ya?
Now let's work on the high traffic side of the house. I am starting with the dining area, easy and quick to restore, and it has a bigger visual impact on the state of the space than, let's say, dusting or unloading the dishwasher. The less visual mess you have, the less overwhelmed you get by the mess. I am so bad at rinsing the plates, and I absolutely should, especially the ones with porridge, because it really sticks on the plates just like glue. Most of the times there is a stubborn residue after the dishwasher finished, and I really should work on this habit because it would save so much time. Stopping the double work by fewer plates to unload and reload straight away would mean smaller dish pile in the sink and ultimately more time for me. Sorry, but I totally forgot that I had zoom in. I originally wanted you to see the whole unit, then I changed my mind to get a close-up, and my brain just didn't process that little change. And after getting it empty, it's time to reload it. I like to empty out the dishwasher as early as I can. Usually I do it while making the breakfast for the kids, but sometimes I just fall behind and do it after I drop them off to school. The reason why I like to do it as early as possible is because then whatever dirty dish you have, you can put it straight away in the dishwasher. You don't have to collect it in the sink, then load it in the dishwasher. Or if you fall behind with your after dinner load, you can quickly catch up and then free up the dishwasher again for the actual day. Keeping the cycle moving beats the mess for sure. Now let's clear and clean the space. For a quicker progress, the best is to start with your worktop level. By clearing and wiping your worktop area first, you can make sure to collect all the dirty dishes before actually starting your dishwasher. Also, that has the biggest visual impact on your space because whenever you walk into a kitchen, that's the first thing your eyes catch. Clearing that space instantly makes the whole room feel cleaner, even if you still have the floors or the stove to clean. And I know I keep repeating, but having less visual mess makes you more motivated to clean the rest. This is something what works for me all the time, and I am sure if you give it a try, it will turn the cleaning less overwhelming for you too.
It doesn't even make sense why I think about you. It was only one night, only that time, and it's not my style.
Today I nearly convinced myself to say goodbye to my poinsettia. I was like, yes, I can do this, but once I hold it, I just couldn't. I am just this crazy plant lady, what can I do? So this Easter we will have Christmas flowers in our window. Anyway, holidays really start to blend into each other these days, so we will be definitely in trend.
I'll to be caught up in the middle like this, 'cause now I dream about you. I was probably too drunk, it's blurry, but I've got the image of you running circles in my mind right now. And it could fade away, but it probably won't, and I should let it be. But I'm gonna dive in with you, and maybe I'll drown. What can I do? And it will be alright to let me down. Rather we try.
Now, before anyone would come to me that I said we don't use too much oil or fat to cook, but there is a big pan of oil. The only thing what we cook in this much oil is the chips or french fries. My husband doesn't like them made in the oven. That is kind of a childhood fixation. I myself don't really like chips. I eat it if he wants to eat and the kids loves it too, but there are times when I rather eat something else. Now, just because we cook it in lots of oil, we still strain it once it is done and use paper towels in the bowl to soak up the residue.
Let these feelings slide. So I'm gonna dive into you.
It doesn't even make sense why we try to fight it. Every time that we touch, the room caught on fire. We could blame it on the wine, but we know that we will both be like, I wish I didn't want you. I was doing just fine.
Next is the last worktop piece. There are a couple of random bits like more tile samples. I just don't seem to find the white tile what I am looking for. I started to doubt if it's even an existing tile in the real world. I think the photos what I keep seeing and looking for not giving back the realistic look of the tiles, with all the photo editing and filters to make them more catchy to the eyes, definitely drops you, and when you order the sample it's like quite different one than what you saw. So the tile hunt is still on, but I think we are getting closer to finalize the last design pieces for our bathroom. Then here comes the floor clearing. We had a bit of paper rubbish. Selective rubbish collection is a pain and it needs a wall bin system and designated section. I do struggle to find the best system that doesn't take up the whole kitchen but gives us enough storage space to don't have to run outside with every fifth piece. The thing is, you need one bin for general waste, one for papers, one for plastic, one for food. That's 4 separate bins. Don't get me wrong, I'm not saying recycling is a bad thing. All I am saying is that I am completely stuck with its neediness.
The way that it was, then you hand me these emotions, didn't want them, but I guess that I'm stuck with them. They could go away.
The final chore for the kitchen, the vacuuming, and the kitchen is nice and clean, although we haven't got all the dishes done yet. The only reason for that is that I would like to start decorating and finish it today. The dishes aren't going anywhere and I can get back to them later, but right now I wanna have a bit of fun and also reward myself with a bit of decorating for getting the house nice and clean.
I know they won't, and I should let it be, but I'm gonna dive into you, and maybe I drown, but what can I do? And it will be alright, so let me drown. I'd rather we try than to let this feeling slide. So I'm gonna dive into you.
Since there were quite a few spots on the floor, I double mopped it. First I used a wetter mop to soak the spots, then I went back with a drier mop to wipe up all the excess water. This way at least you don't need to scrub so much, but makes the mopping way effortless. Before we would get to the fun part, let's just quickly clean the living room too. A bit of dusting because there is no sense to decorate the dusty surface. Then after that we can vacuum. Now there is no right timing for vacuuming. You can get it done before decorating to clean the floor from the dust what you just wiped off from the surface, or you can get it done after decorating in case little decor bits and bobs would fall on the floor. It's totally up to you. If I would need to choose and I would have the time for it, I would vacuum before and after decorating.
It doesn't even make sense why I think about you. It was only one night, only that time, and it's not my style to be caught up in the middle like this.
But I'm gonna dive into you, and maybe I drown, but what can I do? And it will be alright, so let me drown. I'd rather we try than to let this feeling slide. So I'm gonna dive into you. Dive
And this is the card what I got from my son. His card is out here because he gave it to me on Mother's Day, but my daughter forgot that she made one too in the nursery, and she was a bit sad and telling me that, sorry mom, I haven't made a card for you. Then on Monday morning I wanted to put her library book and her homework in her bag, and there was the card, and she was so happy. But since I knew I would clean and decorate and move my son's card in his room too, I just left hers in her room. I love having coffee table because it really makes the living room feel like an actual living room, but it also collects random bits what I don't really like. Also, I don't really see a realistic solution to solve this problem yet, but I will work on that. I know I keep saying that if everything has a designated space, then there will be less clutter. But actually the things what makes the table mostly cluttered are the things what needs to go back in the TV stand. Since we have to move the table in front of the TV stand if the kids play on the floor or we need to do the bed, it makes hard to reach the TV stand, so controllers, remotes almost every time get stuck on the table. Now, we had a few books as well. Those been brought out by my daughter in the morning, but she didn't have the time to put them away before we had to leave. She is only 4, so she doesn't really understand that time is not really for playing, is more for getting ready for nursery, or that she can play if she is fully dressed and ready to a state that if I say we have to leave, she just needs to put her shoes and coat on. So this is something that only time and practice can resolve at the moment, and until then I have to roll with it. I am truly so eager to start my spring cleaning and take the whole house apart and put it back in a more organized and more refreshed way. To be honest, I don't even want to travel back home soon again, but don't tell my family because I don't want to hurt them either. But honestly, I have so many exciting plans for every room of this house, and until I don't get them done, they just constantly keep going around in my head, driving me crazy and making me impatient. On the other side, I know that we have some exciting plans waiting back home too. Finally, we can work more on the interior of our caravan, so I cannot wait to get that done too. I might will share some cleaning motivation from there too, because there is always something to do or clean, and we are just getting to the organizing part. You would think that smaller space needs less attention and cleaning, but smaller places without a good organizing system gets cluttered and busy and messy way sooner than a bigger space. It will be quite a challenge to organize a caravan because I never done it before, but to transforming it into a lively space is quite a challenge as well, and we're doing it, so I am sure we will eventually master the caravan organizing as well. I am constantly battling with the right order to vacuum in here. I was keep trying to figure out how I did do in our previous house. Did I vacuum the floor before moving the table back to the rug or after? Because I can remember that I was fully ready with the dusting. Then it came to my mind that actually that the coffee table when was moved aside, it didn't block anything, so I was able to fully dust the room, and as I finished vacuuming the rug, I was able to move it back to its place. But here it does block the TV stand, so as for now I will just vacuum the rug first before moving the table back, just because it's easier and more efficient this way. Then I would go ahead and get the rest of the room dusted and vacuumed. I started the decorating with the sofa because I knew how I want it. I have everything to decorate it. It's a no-brainer, until I realized that is not quite how I thought. I got this bunny blanket from B&M. I saw so many great Easter or spring decors on the website, but unfortunately none of the 2 closest shops had them. Then here comes the struggle. I was so sure that I ordered bunny pillow covers that I saw a fabric in the box with bunny on it, and it made sense that this is the pillow cover, but actually it was a runner. Then I remembered that in the end I decided to buy only a small bunny pillow cover and use the spring pillow covers for Easter too, but when I opened the ones that I bought for spring, they wasn't at all like on the picture. Then I pulled out an old IKEA one, but it didn't convince me. Then the next option was what I ordered for everyday summerish decorating, what again wasn't what I thought, but still closer than the rest, and settled with that for now. For the coffee table I ordered an Easter runner, then we got a tile brochure and I fell in love with its cover and decided to incorporate it in the decoration. Unfortunately it was bigger than the tray, so I had to turn it and use it as a base. Then I changed the flowers to the artificial tulips, and before we go any further in the decorating, I just have to let you know that when it's about spring and Easter I like to decorate colorful. To me, spring is all about the many colorful flowers, so I want to bring that springy nature in the house. Also, Easter is when we paint eggs, and when I was kid there wasn't a monochrome or minimalist decorating. There were all sorts of colors, rainbows, bunnies, chicks, lambs. Don't get me wrong, if you like the all white and neutral colored decorations, that's okay too. And no matter what the current trend is, everyone should decorate as he/she wishes. And honestly, who cares about the trend when you can create something better and joyful for you and your family? I kept the table as simple as I can. Then here for the fireplace area I added the egg-shaped Happy Easter sign. Then for the vase I ordered some taller flower stems. I like to have a decoration base where I only need to change the greenery or little bits and bobs, because it's simpler to decorate but also easier on your budget because you don't need to change everything. Then to make it a bit more fun and colorful I added another playful Happy Easter sign and the grass bunnies. Then since I used pink flowers on the mantle, I decided to change this to a blue one, bringing more color to the table decor as well. Then as I was looking for the decorations for the TV stand, I realized that actually I wanted to add blue on the mantle, so I added the blue hydrangeas from the table here. Then I have a hard time decorating the TV stand. I haven't found the staple pieces for here yet what would give me a starting base, and since I just couldn't figure it out, I moved on. Maybe as I decorate other parts I will get some ideas. Then as I said, I wanted to add these blue really beautiful flowers on the mantle. This year I wanted to be more up to date and ordered my decors quite early, so this is why I have these memory troubles. Then I felt like I need more color for the table as well, a bit of blue to make it continuous, but all I was able to find was again a summer decor piece. I bought this runner for summer, but I think it looks great in this setup too. The dinner table got all the pieces what been taken down from as well, but I think it worked out great. It's less colorful and vibrant, but I think it's still matching and also starts to slow down the decorating vibe, because in the kitchen I don't want to decorate much and I don't even have the space for many decorations. I absolutely love the bunny picture. It's slightly smaller than what I need, but it's not so obvious. I found this cute little vase in Poundland for 50p and I was like, I am sure I can use for my spring decorating. On this side I added the egg holder with the bunny. I was thinking to change the greenery to flowers, but as for now it stayed like that. And I also added a cake tray on top of the stove so we can add cupcakes or any baking goods. Then of course I needed to do a couple of changes. I also realized that I haven't added this super cute tea towel. Even my husband noticed it, how cute it is. Next I thought adding the tulips into that small vase would make them look better, what was true, but I just still didn't know where would be the perfect spot for them. A bit more changes to do until I get it right. Decorating can take a while until you figure out the perfect setup, but once you get it, it will cheer you anytime you just look on it. I I was back and forth with the pillows and blanket. I felt like the bunny blanket is a bit off and we need more color for the sofa. Then I also changed the blanket to a pink one, but my husband said he already knows the pink one. He would love to see more the bunny one, so we keep the bunnies.
And tell you how I feel. Maybe I'll get lucky somehow. And you'll come out tonight and let your father say soon. Yeah, come out tonight.
Yesterday I was so back and forth and so focused on the decorating that I haven't got done all the dishes. I was exhausted by the time I finished decorating, cooking dinner, then the bedtime routine. I did wash some of them while I was making dinner, but I haven't got to wash all of them. So today we just fixed what we missed out yesterday. Also last night I got a few new ideas about decorating, so those will be fixed as well. Then we cleaned the bedrooms, the high traffic area, but that's not the whole house, so we will pop in the bathroom too and tidy up after the morning get ready.
And baby, I just like to lose ya. Come out tonight. Just say you wanna, just say you wanna, come out tonight. Just say you wanna, just say you wanna, come out tonight.
There truly wasn't much left over dish. Now I will give a good scrub for the sink. I haven't cleaned it yesterday, so it's quite yucky. We accidentally bought the shiny stainless steel sink when we changed things up in the kitchen, and it shows every little water spot. We went to buy a brush sink, but the model what I found online wasn't in the store, and we were so into finding the right model that we forgot to double check the finish. And when we got home, opened the box, I knew I just tried to make my life easier, and I got myself into more trouble.
In a world of green, just like a dream, you and I standing wild and free, with petals so golden, the sun's warm kiss, a love so strong, a bliss.
So I quickly poured the tray in the morning. I decided to ditch the both side symmetry setup and instead add decors in the middle. I also quickly made an Easter picture on Canva to bring more color to this side as well.
Whispers of the breeze.
For the coffee table I made a scallop bowl and decided to, instead of the sword center what isn't working for me, add Easter eggs. They are colorful, they are fun. Maybe a bit off or cheap looking, but I haven't got time to paint them. Maybe if I would make them marble looking or just simple plain, then they would look better. Also, if you think you will use them hanged in the future, just keep the ribbons and you can glue them back. Then I still felt too plain the sofa, so I decided to go bold and added more flower style pillow covers. And this is how everything turned out. It's fun, it's colorful and playful, but I think in a not too disturbing way. I would say it is tastefully colored, but I would love to hear your opinion too.
Secrets unfold. It's you that I need. It's you that I want. When the world gets cold, it's you and me. When the sun comes back, you'll see. Oh, dandelion, the strength that you've shown.
Now the last room to clean is the bathroom. I thought I will be able to get this cleaning done last night, at least that was the plan, but I got so into the decorating that time has flown by. Anyway, the bathroom gets busy in the morning, so it's nice to pop in and tidy up, make it fresh again. With kids, the toothpaste is more like filler, so you can find spots everywhere. As for the toilet, I just use a scented toilet cleaner because it's more like refreshing the space than just sanitize it. And wiping the seats, it never hurts.
Stronger each year, look how we hold on. Through the toughest of times, we still stand strong. Through pavement, we
Then a quick wipe for the sink area because that's where the toothpaste filling gets space, so I just wipe everything around the sink what could have toothpaste. Since both the tiles and the toothpaste are white, the mess is actually quite sneaky. It's not very noticeable until you get close. This is why I make sure to wipe the entire space around the sink. It's the only way to be 100% sure your bathroom is truly fresh and clean.
will grow.
So this is my quick morning bathroom cleaning and refreshing routine. Sorry for the vibrating light. Sometimes it does it, sometimes it doesn't. They say it's because of having LED lights, but I don't know. Anyway, we got to the end of this video. As for now, I don't know what exactly will be the next video because it's up to you guys. So don't forget to answer the questions so we can help each other out. I wish a happy Easter in advance for those who celebrate it and a lovely time for those who don't. Have a wonderful weekend, guys, and I see you in my next one. Bye!